Hey everyone, my name is Imad.
And I'm Yoseph, and this is another Hometown Mentors video.
One of the most important parts of your application that colleges use is your GPA. GPA could be used to determine whether or not you'll be accepted into the school, or some schools use a GPA as a filter.
And although most colleges use a holistic process when deciding who gets admitted and who doesn't, your GPA is like one of the most important aspects. So, don't sacrifice your GPA to be, over involved in a lot of activities. While it's good to be involved in activities, what we always say is be involved in as many activities as you can while still maintaining a high GPA.
Another important aspect of the GPA is, so some schools will look at a GPA of a 3.0 and they will favor that GPA they won't favor that GPA as opposed to someone that has a 3.0 and taking IB and AP courses. So I would recommend that you guys take as much challenging courses, rather not failing those courses but doing your best to at least pass what it say a B or C, and as opposed to someone getting all A's in regular basic courses.
And something else that you should note is that, colleges are going to know what courses are offered by your school. So they're going to, just like Ahmad said, they're going to want you to challenge yourself with the harder courses. And, let's say 3.5 in an honors class may even be viewed more favorably than a 4.0 in a general class. So it's good to challenge yourself. And even let's say one thing we want to tell you is even if you get a bad grade during freshman year, that's not anything to worry about, because they care about is that you get an upward trend, right? They want you to get better and better grades as you go on. So as long as it's fine if you have a bad grade here and there, but as long as you're improving over time, that's all they want to see.
As with all other things, moderation is everything. You don't want to take a lot of AP and IB courses that you can't handle. You don't want to take 5 IB, 6 AP courses and you're just running all over the place and you're not doing well in those classes. You want to take IB and AP courses where you're doing well and that you can handle and that you can balance your time and your sports and whatever other clubs and stuff that you're participating in. You just don't want to put too much on your shoulders that you're not succeeding as the best as you can, as you was taking on 3 or 4. So I would say that definitely have a balance between the two.
Yeah, because in Europe, they don't care about your extracurriculars. If you're applying to colleges in Europe, all they care about is grades and tests. However, this isn't Europe. In America, it's they care a lot about your activities. They care a lot about, your life outside of school. So that's why it's so important to, balance your school life with your non-school life, with your extracurricular life.
So applications like the Common App, they have 10 slots where they have a list of activities that you can list that you was participating in while you was in college. While you was in high school. So you would use those slots to put in let's say you play football, lacrosse. You just list all those clubs and activities that you participate. So just because it has 10 slots, I wouldn't say it's not a good idea just to participate on all these clubs that just to fill it up, because colleges don't really care about you have 10, 15 different clubs. They wouldn't see that once that you were really committed to, that you spend more time and your energy towards, instead of just filling up all the slots and then you're not unable to focus on your courses, which is IB, AP courses. So you just want to have a balance between the two. So I would say don't focus too much on participating on all clubs available at your school. Participate in a couple that you can handle, as well as managing your AP and IB courses.
Exactly. So, it's quality over quantity when it comes to activities. You want to participate in, participating in a few activities that you dedicate a lot of time to is better than participating in 15 activities that you never attend the club meetings for, that you never participate in.
So clubs that you colleges don't really care about you attended the first meeting of a club and then that's the club you've been at Like they want to see clubs that you was participating in throughout the whole year, actively engaging with the club, actively engaging with different people, making an impact in your school. You know, they don't really care that, oh, you just signed up with like FBLA, like that's one of the organizations called Future Business Leaders of America. You don't want to just participate in those and for the first day, and then they write it down on your application. They don't care about. They really care. They focus on their dates. How consistent were you participating? What difference did you make? What impact? What footsteps and what actions did you do before you leave? What impact and change that? What changed you? What would you learn from it? They want to see you actively engaged in that club.
Right, and a good time to really get involved in an activity is the summer, because during your summer you don't have any of the regular obligations like homework, so you could participate in an activity for like even 20 hours a week, or like 20-30 hours a week. So the summer is a really good time to be involved in activities, and some colleges even on their applications will tell you, how'd you spend last summer, or how'd you spend your last 2 summers. So it's good to be involved in activities during your summer as well.
Hey, for summertime, I would say that you guys look for a summer internship and see whether or not one of the clubs that you participated in has a summer component, and see if any activities that you participate in is something that like you would be interested in. And I also say keep in mind dates. Dates is a very important factor. Many people don't pay attention to deadlines, and they always miss out on opportunities. So I would say pay attention to your dates and also apply it to as many internships as you can, because you want to higher the risk of your odds of getting one of them.
And whether it's a summer activity or a term time activity, your college is going to want to know what you did as a part of the activity. Did you build robots in the robotics team? Did you debate did you debate your opinions in the debate team? Did you play the violin in the orchestra? Right? They're going to want to know what you did as a part of these activities, and they'll also want to know which of these activities was most meaningful to you. So they may even ask you to write a paragraph about your activities and the ones you thought were most meaningful.
Another thing is that when you're participating in these clubs, don't participate in these clubs that just to fill up space on your application or anything. Do clubs do internships. No, not clubs. Do internships or any summer component of that class that you love. You don't want to just do anything just because like you want to fill up space, just to just be a resume writer, just to boost your resume. Do something that you love. Do something that would like enlighten your thought, and enlighten your train of thought. You want to participate in something that you can be a part of, or you can become a better person. So like, for instance, if I was into like computer science, and I wanted to do something with like an app or something, or web design, in the summertime, if I have time, if I don't see any clubs or anything that is available to me, I would start my own club. So in the summertime, I would gather some friends, just, hey, you want to do this and that, X, Y, and Z, and then we can start something. We can be active, and this will also look good when the colleges look at your applications.
Right. So the thing is that colleges, they can't differ. They want to recruit a diverse class. When the admissions officers are trying to make their class, they're trying to make it as diverse as possible, and they can't really do that with grades, because all of you are smart. So how they can differentiate you is through your activities, right? So they don't want a class full of swimmers. They also don't want a class full of they don't want a class full of people who are on the debate team. They don't want a class full of people who play the violin, right? They are going to want maybe they're going to want people who are captain of the swim team. They're going to want people who are on the debate team. They're going to want people who are on the, they're going to want people with diverse activities, right? So, these activities that you do, it should tell something about your character, right? It should tell something about, the type of person you are. Maybe if you're doing a volunteer activity, then they'll know that, you want to help others. So, they're going to be using these as a deciding factor. So, do these activities based on your interests and not what you think colleges want you to do.
Also, going to college or university or anything, they have many variety full of clubs. They have more than 100 clubs. When you go to one of these universities or colleges, find what's your niche, find what you're interested in. Don't participate in clubs that are not either drifted towards your interest or towards your major. You want to pick between one. You want to pick between which one interests you and which one you think that you'll learn the most from, and that would also be good and better for you in the long run.
Right. And just some last words here for you. We talked about your grades and we talked about your extracurriculars. So, high school should be a memorable experience, right? You should look back onto it and, it should have been an enjoyable one, right? So, just like Imad said, you don't want to burden yourself with too many courses, right? Too many hard courses. And, you also want to balance it out with, extracurriculars that you truly enjoy, right? Not just resume building, but extracurriculars you truly enjoy. And, when you achieve a right balance between, challenging schoolwork and, fun activities, then you're really going to have a good time. And, you'll do good in both if you're enjoying both. That's all from us here at Hometown Mentors. We thank you for watching today and see you next time.